right. Welcome back, folks, to a new year of the Tiger Sports Show. This will be our fall sports preview edition. I'm Greg Mays, and I've got my co-host and little brother with me. How you doing, Tren?
Tired.
It was first day of school today. We're really biting off a lot here to do the Tiger Sports Show on first day of school. How'd the first day of school go for you?
Oh, it was good. The morning was fun. Back in a class I haven't been for a while, so.
All right, good. And we'll have something to talk about because we had a pep rally today.
Yeah, it was
we'll
fun.
talk about that a little bit later. Yeah, I barely got seated from our intro there because, of course, I always stand when the school song is played, and so I had to sit down real quick when the show started. All right, let's dive right in. We're ready to get Tiger Sports going for the fall season. We've got a softball game tomorrow. We got football practice and cross-country practice, and the volleyball girls are going, and golf and tennis. We got everything going on. Where do you want to start? Should we start at football, Trenner?
Might as well go with that.
All right. Tigers are back in kind of a unique situation, playing in Class B, but we were technically playoff eligible in Class A. So by taking a Class B schedule means no playoffs this year. What do you think? What's the overall outlook for the Tigers?
Oh, they got a lot of young kids in last year, a lot of sophomores. They're now juniors, so they have the experience, but they just have to keep making strides and trying to get better each day. I talked to Coach Kruger, have him in one of my classes, and he was pretty pleased with the way practice is going. Sounds like numbers might be down, so if you want to play a sport and an activity at Hastings High, let's get out there and give it a shot. So
yeah, we probably got a helmet for you. Stop on by.
Yeah, he was happy with the way practice has gone. I went to the scrimmage Saturday. Didn't see very much. There's one face that came back. That's my favorite pitcher from the baseball team. That name, I can't, man.
The Espino kid?
Espino, yeah. He's back playing safety and wide receiver, which I think is probably a natural position for him.
He's bigger than I thought. He came to my class today.
Yeah, he is tall.
Yeah, that's a big kid. I could see him being a heck of a receiver.
Yeah, and we had Josh, so he's got a little mean streak in him, the Pops. So
we knew Dad.
Yeah, we coached Dad. So they just got to keep pushing to get better. So and they're going to play a new team to start with, Elkhorn North. I didn't even know that we were playing Elkhorn North until about a month ago. So lots of new faces on their schedule, Pius attempt. And it's funny that we're now part of the Western Swing. So we're in the Western District with Scottsbluff, Gering, and Lexington, and GI Northwest, I think. So
yeah, there's only 3 schools west of us in Class B. It's pretty incredible.
McCook, our old friend, and Holdridge,
Alliance.
And then Aurora. So they keep going back and forth. So
yeah. Well, Coach Itson and Coach Shoemaker basically told me the same thing you're hearing from Coach Kruger. Really happy with practices, at least through the first. I think I talked to him after day 3. Felt like they're getting a lot done. Certainly a team that's a little more experienced than last year, but still pretty young. Still really, what are they? Only about 5 seniors, I think.
Yeah, 5 seniors and then a bunch of juniors. Looks like they still had some big sophomores that came up, and then but we're going to look for some sophomores to be at quarterback now. So,
well, yeah, and that was the big news to me that Johnny B. Good, Johnny Wyrick, had transferred back to Colorado. He started probably 4 or 5 games last year at quarterback.
Threw for 700 yards. He went out to New Jersey and got MVP of a 7-on-7 camp. So I had I was ready for Johnny to start rolling. But
yeah, that was kind of a big surprise. But sounds like we got a pair of sophomores. It's kind of a weird situation where you have sophomores starting at quarterback 2 straight years. Not supposed to happen, but sounds like we got a pair of sophomores who might be battling for the job.
Yeah, little Cynic, Jarrett's little brother, QB1, little brother. I saw him.
QB1A.
Yeah, I saw him. Yeah, definitely. I saw him at open house. I saw Chase Burton too at open house, uh, and they've yeah they've. I think I watched a very few plays, and we were moving the ball a little bit against ourselves. I would assume they'll have a scrimmage Friday, and I'll head out to that after school. So,
Yeah.
oh, it's Tucker Cynic. Yeah,
Tucker.
I
Yeah.
think we need to give Tucker his own. Tucker's his own guy and not a little
All right.
QB1. So.
All right. So we'll just leave that alone. We'll let him earn it. Well, that'll be exciting watching those two guys. Those two guys are great athletes. I know from watching them on the basketball floor. You know, they can run and jump. I'll probably give give that a good long look. Chase Burton, going to be exciting to see him playing. There hasn't been a Tiger player in a long time who I was a bigger fan of his grandpa. Coach Burton was a great guy, and so it'll be exciting to see him out there playing. Line-wise, as far as the lineman trend, we ought to have a little experience coming back, huh?
Yeah, they do. They have Kellen Jones, who I coached. I tried to get him pumped up when I saw him pre-Pep Rally today. I went 90s football movie on him and asked if he was starting. I'm not going to mention the movie. We might get in trouble for that. But and then Blaine Hammock.
Giants?
No, we were going the program. I guess I'll just say it. So he has a seat at the table and he get all excited. And of course, he already thinks I'm crazy. Pretty much everybody.
He's right.
So Kellen Jones and Blaine Hammock, or Blaine, yeah, it's Hammock.
Hammock.
It says Jammock in the paper. And then Coach Shu, in this preview that I have, he's really high on Joe Rodriguez, and he was probably their best defensive player, senior tight end, probably going to be a captain. And Joe's a big kid.
When I checked in the weight room, he was the guy I saw kind of leading things. And he played great off the edge. I don't know what they call him, a defensive end or outside linebacker in modern football. But he played great off the edge for them. Great quickness, great speed combined with size. He's someone who's going to have a great year for them to be successful.
Yeah, they got my favorite hamburger back on the offensive line, big old Brady. He looks like a 70s supermodel, but he's built like a Mack truck. So
all right.
Big Brady. And then they have some others. We have Naz. Curious to see Naz Robinson. He's in a walking. He was on crutches this week, having a little knee problem. He thinks he'll be good to go. They think he staved off from a more serious knee injury. He said it's about a week. Carlos Espino, Dayton's little brother. I watched them on JVs last year a lot, and they were undersized for linebacker, but they can get out and make it go. And then Cooper Cole. I think Cooper's going to make a big splash. Young sophomore. He I don't have much battery left. He did a lot of good things. And then Caleb Clark. He is probably my young kid that I want to watch as a junior. His dad was pretty intense when he played, and I think he's going to do pretty good things.
All right. Well, football schedule wise, this week, probably soda scrimmage or whatever they're calling it, Gatorade scrimmage or whatever. I assume they'll be over at the college for that. And then next Friday night's opening night at Elkhorn North, heading to the metro area for that game. First home game then is week 2, York. And I got to tell you, Tren, I've been looking at this schedule thinking, okay, no playoffs. So this is old school where we're just playing for ratings in the paper. No love from the papers in the preseason. I didn't see Hastings mentioned. Okay. But I tell you, we go up to Elkhorn, get that win. And then you got the next 2 weeks, you got teams the newspapers like. They like Lincoln Pius a lot. So you go to Lincoln and play well there. You can get some ratings and attention. And week 2 at home at York, I tell you, I kind of have York down as one of my top 4 teams in B. So
definitely.
You play well there and maybe get a win in one of those 2 games. And you're 2-1, you might get some ratings love. And, of course, without the playoffs, those newspaper ratings start to be a bigger deal. All right, let's shift over to softball. And of course, the Tigers coming off back-to-back state runner-up years, but with lots of holes to fill this year. What are your thoughts, softball-wise?
Um, I, it's just going to be interesting. We don't have the long bombers, but they still got Sammy. They got Emma Sinek. Emma was voted a captain along with Alyssa Breckner, who had a good summer of traveling softball with the gold, with the Nebraska gold. The third one, oh, then Sammy. Sammy was the third captain. They have some young girls, and I talked to several of the girls Monday that scrimmage went pretty well against themselves, but they're going to see a monster on tomorrow night with GI Northwest
Yeah,
from Grand
really,
Island.
really tough schedule to start. It sounds like Alyssa Breckner and Maddie Wenzel, sophomore, are going to be spending the most time in the circle. Emma Langren probably moves into third base. Emma Sinek played some second base last year. She'll be moving in there more permanent. Sammy Joe's still going to be patrolling center field. Sounds like we got a little battle going on maybe for shortstop, and that might affect who plays first base. We've got a young catcher, Carly Burbach, who's going to be, I think, a very good catcher for him. To me, the key is I think they can put a good defense out there. The key is, okay, how much hitting are we going to get out of these new bats?
Well, and then how many pitches is Sammy going to see? We got to have girls step up behind Sammy and give her a little protection and make it tough for them not to pitch around Sammy, because Sammy told me personally she had 3 homers on Monday in the scrimmage. So Sammy likes the long ball.
All right. Well, we'll see how that goes. Like you said, they open up with Grand Island Northwest. I haven't seen the softball ratings, but there was a lot of talk Northwest might open up number 1.
I think I would assume they come out tomorrow. Grand Island radio guy I talked to, Tyson Ravonic, who loves the show, he was talking Hastings and GR Northwest as a Class B final preview. But
that'd be great.
I think, yeah, that would be great. But that's coming from Northwest, and I read a preview article on them. They're really trying to get over that Hastings hump. So they're trying to get over the bump
and they're traveling over here. That's out at the Smith Complex tomorrow night, 5 o'clock JV, 5:30 varsity or 6:30 varsity.
Yep.
And we'll find out a lot about the girls. And then right from the frying pan into the fire, Saturday they go over to Grand Island for a double duel where they'll play Beatrice and Omaha Skutt, always 2 of the best programs in the state. Then next week they travel over to play the Islanders of senior high, good Class A program. And then they're off to Lincoln for that LPS invite at Doris Bear. Always love that tournament. A lot of the best teams in the state there. We'll learn a lot about the girls here in the first, 3, 4, 5, 8 games. So we'll see where they're sitting after that. All right, Tren, you got to get plugged in your computer there.
Yes. So
okay, you work on plugging in, and I'll talk about cross country because you don't know anything about cross country anyway.
I do too.
All right, cross country. Get your best chance to see them a week from tomorrow at Brickyard Park when they host their own multiple team scrimmage. Bring in several small schools to run, and we'll see where they're at. This is a program that didn't qualify either team for state last year, but had some individuals do well. And I think there's kind of hopes maybe on both sides, boys and girls. Boys side, definitely. Evan Struess returning. He finished 35th last year. Austin Carrera coming back. He was top 50 last year. And then they've got 4, maybe 5 guys competing for those other spots. And that's what you want in cross country, a good pack that can run together. Be very interested to see how they look, how they start shaping up. And then on the girls' side, you got Kellen Henry Perlick back. Love Kel. She found her way. To about a 51st finish last year at state. She'll be the lead runner for them. Lily Wildhelm, I think, can give them some help. And then it's going to kind of be some younger, more inexperienced girls. That scrimmage trend next week on the 25th is at 7 p.m. That's a beautiful time to be out at Brickyard Park. You should get out there. Watch that.
Definitely a beautiful night. I coached Evan Struess, so I'll take a little credit for that. He's very good young. He's a sophomore.
He'd have probably finished 25th if you hadn't coached him.
Yeah, he's a good leader. He was a good leader when I saw him, and we all remember Kelbell from. Yeah. I just saw her Monday at open house and told her I was still going to call her Kelbell, and
we coached her in what, 8-year-old softball?
Yeah, well, if you let me finish my story, we talked about second grade girls softball and how we couldn't practice for more than 30 minutes instead of the hour and a half that we thought we could practice, or 45 minutes. But and then I actually saw some other girls that were on that team. I saw Eleanor's sister, and
I had one in class today. She was a senior. I showed her the team picture on my desk. She was glad to see that.
Who was that? Is that Eleanor?
Arian. You remember Arian?
Yeah, I think so.
Yep.
So, really excited for Coach Christie. This is their first time leading the cross-country team.
Yeah, Coach Christie Kreitzer taking over for Coach Rosno.
Coach Kreitzer, That she's really excited when I've talked to her, and I'm happy. Ex-Tiger, former Tiger athlete, cross-country runner, and I'm happy for Coach, and I hope nothing good but success for the ladies and guys.
Yeah, they're scheduled early after that scrimmage, which again is their only time to see them in Hastings. So you want to get out there August 25th to Brickyard Park. Then they head up to the big country. We started going to this one last year, I think, up to Albion, clear up to Albion for a meet, kind of seeking some different teams to run against. That'll be on Friday, September 2nd. And then on September 9th, they're over in Aurora. Sometimes I try to sneak over to that because that's about as close as the cross-country team gets. And we'll kind of know a little bit more about them after we get a couple meets. All right, girls golf, Tren. That's where Coach Christie is, Coach Rick Christie.
Oh, okay.
Running the show in girls golf. And they've got a returner back. Anna Brandt finished about 18th at state, I think. Graduated her partner in crime, who was finishing high there. The name has escaped me. They graduate, Trent. I forget all about them.
You get them through senior English, and then they go right out the door.
They're just right gone. Yep, start with the new ones. Anna Brandt is back, and she'll kind of be the lead, and then we'll be watching to see who kind of fills in after her. It's been a while since we qualified a team, and so we'll see how that goes. They open up over at Indian Head in Grand Island, the Donovan Trumbull invite on the 22nd. I think that's Monday. And then that Friday, they go over to Kearney for invite over there full of Class A teams. So once again, the schedule the Tigers play in all sports, we'll learn a lot about them early and see where they're at. Volleyball, of course, is always kind of the slowest to get going. Did you know they're playing a Hall of Fame scrimmage though, Turner?
They are? I didn't know that.
They're going over to Minden.
I did not know that.
Yeah, they're going over to Minden. They're playing Minden and Donovan Trumbull. And then last year, remember the volleyball team was kind of a mystery because they were on the road early. Now they're at home. They got York at home on the 25th, Blair at home on the 27th, Adams Central and Seward at home on the 30th. So that's August, 4 games at home in August. They didn't have that at all last year. It was all on the road. So young team. I talked to Coach the other day, very excited about how practice is going. And we'll kind of, on the next couple shows, have a little more idea how they're shaping up. Probably earlier than we did last year because we'll be able to see them.
Yeah, Coach Susie brings the energy. She's really excited. And let's see some names. I got senior Elena Robbins. It looks like their top returner. Lainey Benson, who I had in class. And then Carly Beckby. What?
Who is that one?
Carly Beckby, another junior.
Oh, yeah.
Other returners are senior Rachel Rao.
Yep, Rachel's in my class.
Her mother, Sydney Whitty, Mary Howie, Lexi Benson, which is Lacey's twin sister, Maddie Hamilton, Corey Curtis, and Shayna Knott. So
Shaylee Knott.
Haley Knott. Got a question for you. You ready? I got a trivia question.
You got a trivia question? Well, that's a bunch of good athletes. All right. What's the trivia question, Tren?
How many times has Hastings qualified for the state volleyball, and when was the first time?
I think the first time was 1992.
Ding, 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 ding.
Okay. And I think 4 times.
Actually, 5.
Dang it.
1992, 1997, 02 would have been Kellen Tout's class.
Yeah.
And Ashley Petzel, which is now Pretzler, and they're all married now.
That's what will happen to them, Tren.
And they get jobs and have kids.
Exactly.
08 was Dr. Allison Kern.
Yeah.
I'd say a local dentist here in town. She's over by Longfellow, and then Taylor Powers was on that team in KP. Yep. And then Hannah Rundle, yeah, he was coaching. And then 19 with Daisy Seeley and the girls. That was a lot of fun to head down there. They played Scott. It didn't last long, but we had a lot of fun. The Tiger Band was there, and it was fun to be in PBA for the first time to watch a Tiger sporting event. So,
all right. Well, hopefully the girls can get us back down there this November? It's November by the time you get to state volleyball.
Yeah, because they're inside sports, so they don't have to wrap up.
All right. The other fall sport we've got going is boys tennis. Coach G taking over for Coach Sunderman, a longtime head of the Tiger program, a legend. Roger Sunderman has retired and moved on.
Big shoes to fill with Coach Sunderman.
Condor-sized shoes, condor-sized. And tennis will open up. Really, their number one returner is Parker Ablett, most experience. He's been down to state, all those things, just a sophomore. So they'll be building from there. Be very interesting to see who kind of fills in behind him. I'll tell you this, Tren, walking by tennis practice, you can see that they're older. They've had a lot of freshman boys out there, and they've aged. They got more juniors and sophomores. You can see their more physical presence out there. So see if they can put that into some tennis success. They're
taller. They look taller out there.
Taller. There you go. All right. Let me go through their schedule quick. They're at Lex on the 25th, and over at Ground Central Catholic, I think some type of tournament on the 27th, and they'll host Adams Central and McCook on Tuesday, August 30th, if people want to get out and see the Tigers take to the nets.
I'm excited. We forgot one activity, the Tiger Marching Band. I'm excited to get down to Kool-Aid Days on Saturday. I was talking to Coach D and the crew at the Pep Rally this morning and told them I'm going to find where they're starting and walk the whole route with them. So
you were right down by Coach Beeve during the Pep Rally.
Yeah, I was hanging out with down there. Yeah. So with Coach Beeve, I told him I'm going to walk with them, get some steps in. I thought
you were going to direct a little bit.
I wasn't going to direct. I got a funny story about that at the end, but I'm looking forward to walking and listening to the best band in the land. And I'm going to try to get some Tiger Band updates this year. I know a bunch of those kids, and I'm looking forward to watching their performances.
I'm a little offended you think I forgot the marching band. Because I've got the date of the first show. I got the date of the first show. September 18th, they're going to have their show out there on Friday night.
Well, I'm looking forward to Saturday to watch them march.
16th. September 16th, the show is going to be ready.
Okay, they're really fun to watch marching parades too with the high steps.
All right.
I really enjoy that.
Let's talk Pep Rally really quick, Tren. We got less than 5 minutes. New principal, Jeff Linden, called an all-school, first day of school Pep Rally today. He has a curveball. That's not something we usually do. Got all the kids in there, had the teachers introduce themselves. What would you say were the high points and the low points of the Pep Rally today?
Well, probably the same when we played the loyalty song. The one we play at the start at first, and it's just nobody. It's sad that nobody knows it really. Even some teachers commented that they were unsure what that was. But then Coach Jeff, I like to call him Coach Jeff, our fearless leader now. He got up and he turns around to the band. He says, "Let's try that again." And everybody got up. Let's do a redo. The teachers got going. That was the loudest I've seen assembly pep rally for us in a long time. And he brings a lot of energy. Him in his bright orange coat today, his dress coat, and
that was
I
my
really
high
like
point.
the vibe.
My high point was the outfit. I wish we had a picture.
Yeah, I'm looking. I think we'll see a picture in the Trib tomorrow. So I'm really excited. Yeah, he has a lot of energy, and I think it's going to be really good.
I think we got to take it as our responsibility to teach him that school song, Tren.
Yeah, we talked about it afterwards. Yeah. So here's my, I think we do. And I'll try to talk to him. Okay. I mentioned where he didn't know the words in a lot of.
I got some ideas for that. I think we can use a YouTube video to send out.
That's fine. All right. Do that.
So what's your story?
Here's my
down to 3 minutes.
Here's my story. I'm hanging out with Coach Beavan, the band director, and I'm singing the song. Yeah. I'm singing the words to the fight song. And I think one of them turns, he goes, I've never heard the words before. So, and then I nailed the end too. So the little take you out percussion moment. So
yep. Well, Hastings High, we're very proud of you. That's line 1, everybody. Let's start getting that down. Hastings High, we are very proud of you. All right. Yeah, I thought the high point was the second time through the song and the kids up and lots of energy. And that was just exciting. We haven't done a lot of all school pep rallies. And I think that's a great first step. So that was exciting. I hope we see more school spirit type things in the building.
Yeah, definitely get staff and kids alike. It was fun for the kids to hear all the staff's names. I think he's gonna maybe get a microphone passed around. He told me he's done this at all of his stops. Yeah. So I thought it was great. I heard about it last week. I had a short talk with him. I tried to beat you to introduce myself to him so I could one-up you for a change and not get certain nicknames spread about me. So
you know me, I hide from administrators, Trent. So you had no problem there. I hide from them. All right. I mean, they might be really good guys, but I'm hiding.
Yeah, you hide in the basement. So.
You ready for my new history idea for the show here? New history feature?
Oh, give it to me.
Okay, 2 of them. Number 1, we're going to recommend an old Tiger game from the library on YouTube.
Oh, definitely.
Okay. I got one this week. It's the 1992 Hastings Grand Island boys basketball game. It's just a great look at a game in the Old South Gym. I think it might be the game that our brother Tate grabbed the fight song from for our intro. Okay.
Yeah, I think it is because I think that's on the front. That's on at the beginning. So
people can see that gym, and I love the end of it. Hastings wins 77-71. And then the whole crowd is out on the floor. They leave the camera on for a while. And you see a lot of great Hastings fans from the old days. That was fun for me, but that's my recommendation. All right. You're in charge. Oh, we're going to link to that video in the description of this video. So you'll be able to click after you get done listening to us babble, you'll be able to watch that game. Now, Tren, here's our second feed. Oh, next week you're in charge of picking the video.
Oh, okay. I can do that. I had fun Monday. Monday, just real quick, I was handing out schedules in the South Gym, and that brought back a lot of memories. We talked about Grand Island games and where what the balcony looked like, and the bleachers where the wrestling room is, and some firecrackers might have got dropped during a particular basketball game.
Don't be mentioning that. That just gets us in trouble.
Oh, but it's a lot of fun. It's just part of the history. So,
all right.
And one thing I just told him is how packed that place was. It didn't take a lot of people to pack it, but it was packed every night. So,
well, there's a reason we needed to build the North Gym for comfort.
Yeah.
All right. Here's our second historical feature. 10 weeks. We're going to go through all the numbers between 0 and 99 and try to name the greatest Tiger to wear each number. All right. Have you seen those flying around the internet? Like the greatest Chicago athletes to ever wear each number? The greatest.
Yeah, I follow some suiting up varsity guy, and
all right,
he gets a lot
Tiger.
of additions.
You're going to have to get thinking, because on 0 through 9, which we're doing next week, I already have 5 picks on 0 through 9. I've already picked a number 1, a number 3, a number 4, a number 7, and a number 8.
I'm going to need to go hang out in the North lobby and look at the championship pictures.
Yep, you can come down and use my yearbooks. You're going to need to do a little work, buddy. All right.
I'll see if I can fit that in. So
all right. We'll see. We'll talk next week, and we'll start to try to fill in that puzzle. All right.
I think that's a great idea. I love that. So
all right.
Can't wait. Last thing, I can't wait till we disagree on some of them. So
well, we'll see. I'll probably be right. You should just kind of go with that.
Oh yeah, okay.
I'm older. I remember stuff.
Oh wow.
All right. That's it for the Tiger Sports Show. We're kicking off the fall season. I've given up my other day job, so hopefully we'll be able to keep the Tiger Sports Show going all through the year and try to have a lot of fun. Hopefully get out to some games, maybe have some highlights. I'd love to have some kids on here to talk again. I'm going to try to recruit us some help, Tren, in coming up with some other things to put on the Tiger Sports Show. But the most important part of the Tiger Sports Show is always the end, because you get last word. What are you saying?
Go Tigers.
Go Tigers. We'll see you next week, folks. Always Wednesdays, 7 o'clock.